Hi, I'm Michael Storm Miller. I'm a spoken word artist, and you're watching Chester Butte.
Chester, with Chester makes Chester, and we're going far. Coming together and using our voice to let you know change is a choice. It's a Chester flow. Can't buy, can't rent it. If you're rocking with your city, stand up, represent it. Chester flow.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. We are here in the studio with Michael Storm. Say hello to the people.
Hello, people. How you doing? Hello.
So Mike, you have a lot of things going on. I just, excited to see all the things, the wealth of knowledge that you have. But today we're going to talk about poetry. So talk to us about how you got started.
Well, I started writing poetry way back in elementary school, and as the years went on, I tinkered with it here and there. But I'm going to say around 2001, I met a spoken word artist named Kelly Cocktails, and at the time her name was Rhythm, and she did some poetry for me. We was working at a job together. She did some poetry for me, some spoken word, and it inspired me to want to learn how to write in that format. And so I wrote my first piece, and we really kind of like hit it off. And she started taking me around the open mics, and I got more inspired to write more, to perform more, to do more, and that's kind of how it started. One thing led to another.
Now, when did you decide to go ahead and transfer your experience into your poetry?
Well, when I was in the military, I served 15 years, 8 in the Marine Corps, 7 in the Army. I actually, during the Afghanistan conflict that I was in, I had gotten blown up. I had, traumatic brain injury, anxiety, PTSD, like you name it, I had it. And, when I got home, I knew I couldn't really work for anybody. So I wanted to try to open my own business, which was a cafe. And I went around to try to get resources. And the hardest thing that I found in trying to get those resources is it wasn't too many things out there for veterans, and I started feeling as though no one really cared about the commitment or sacrifices that we made. And I guess I had a sense of entitlement when I came home, thinking, I fought for this country, I got hurt for this country, and I get back here and nobody's really trying to give me a helping hand to get started. So I wound up opening up my cafe anyway. I actually took my the compensation money they gave me for getting hurt to start my cafe, and also the things that should have been meant for me to take care of myself, I had to take that to realize, my dream. But as I went along in that process, the problems that I had actually stopped me from doing the cafe. I was just too sick in a way, and not just physically but sometimes mentally, and it was so many things going on, I had to kind of let it go. But my one of my counselors had referred me to a program called the Warrior Writers, and once I got within the Warrior Writers, it kind of helped me to share my military experiences better through the art medium that I was really attached to, so it worked out.
Now, talking about your cafe, you opened up the doors of your cafe to a lot of people to do what was in their hearts. So I had posted a quote, and I'm going to say it, and I want you to share your thoughts. Never allow being a good person change because of bad people.
Well, my thought on that quote is number one, I wholeheartedly agree with that. I think that when people do the things that they do, and I don't think most people realize how much it affects everyone around them. A lot of times, you give your all because you want to see people succeed, you want to see people doing good, but there's a mass mentality that, I don't know, most people want to hold you back from being greater. And see,
Greater than them.
exactly. And and you know what the odd part about everything is? It's like everyone in their own right is great. Everybody in their own right is great. You might be able to make the best pan of cornbread this world has ever tasted. And no matter what I do, I'll never be able to make cornbread like that. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad at you because you can. I want to celebrate you because you can. I'm going to call you up, and I would rather pay you to make my cornbread at Thanksgiving time so the family ain't talking about me, you know?
Go eat your cornbread.
Yeah, but
Yes.
a lot of people just don't have that mentality, and it's kind of discouraging. But I always felt that I'm judged by I happen to believe in God, and I identify Christian, and I truly believe that, you know, when my deeds are tallied up, I truly believe that, you know, this is the way God intends for us to live, to reach back, to pull people up. And this is how you get a better society. If everybody is winning, how can you lose?
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. And we can win together.
indeed.
This world is too big. No matter what you do, we can be doing the same thing, but there's still space for all of us.
Exactly.
You can't be everywhere.
No, you cannot. And people don't realize if you choose to do one thing and do that one thing really well, people will seek you out. And most people need to understand that sometimes the things that you're doing isn't necessarily meant for you to do. Although you may want to do it really bad, a lot of times we don't embrace the natural talents that God gives us, but we want to embrace what someone else has. And when you go along a path like that, it's really hard for you to win, and you'll always experience a lot of struggle. But when it's what you love doing, like you love doing this, y'all been doing this how long now?
Ooh, about over 6 years.
Exactly. But it goes to show. I'm pretty sure there's times where you might have been like, man, you know, is this even worth it? And 5 minutes later, you like, darn real, it's worth it.
Let's make another appointment.
Exactly.
All right, so what we are going to do, we're actually going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk about your projects, okay?
That'll work.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Will you marry me? Will you marry? What's going on, family? It's your boy Jeff Morrell. I am here with my man Nathan Jacobs. He has an incredible project called Look Forward. I had an amazing opportunity to work on 2 songs on this record. One called Perfect Love, and the other one called Show Me Your Face. You'll love it. Go to all platforms to pick it up: iTunes, Spotify, Rhapsody, anywhere you can find music, YouTube, it's there. You need this project in your life. I feel like y'all will be calling me to do your wedding for Perfect Love. Let's go. I'm available for bookings. We are available for bookings. Let's go. Nate Jacobs, Look Forward. Peace. Will you marry me? Will you marry?
My name is Michael Storm Miller. This project that I have here with me today is called Mind of the Storm. It's only $10. You can get it through Facebook, Michael Storm Miller. You can go to my website, mindofthestorm.com, or you can reach me by my personal business phone, 610-803-4015. This is a spoken word CD. It has a cappella tracks. It has poetry with music behind it, and it's about different social situations and basically relationship type situations. So if you get an opportunity, hit me up.
Welcome back. We are here in the studio with Michael Storm. Now, Mike, I know that you have a project that you're working on. You got some good stuff coming on. So what do you have to share with us today?
Okay, well, my project is called Mind of the Storm. I put this project together actually to fund my next project that I have coming up. And these CDs that I have for sale is spoken word. Some are a cappella, some have tracks behind them. It's only $10. Only $10. So you can contact me through Facebook. You can contact at Michael Storm Miller on Facebook. You can go to my webpage, which is mindofthestorm.com. You can also contact me by my business phone, which is 610-803-4015. I answer all of my messages because I realize without you all, I can't get to where I'm trying to go, so I need everybody.
Now, as far as your pieces, now you're out performing, and just share with us maybe like one of the feedbacks that you received after a performance, because I know that you do a lot of military performances and things like that. So just kind of share with us one of the feedbacks that really touched you that you received after a performance.
Okay. I just recently performed at Independence Mall up in Philadelphia for Philadelphia Museum of the Arts. They had an artist over from Germany named Yael Breyer. You can go to their website and check out her art installation. So they also did a short movie that I'm a part of. We had one day that we were shooting, and we did like a stage performance at Independence Mall, and I performed a piece that I wrote for one of my friends, one of my comrades in the Marine Corps who recently committed suicide, Lance Cole, and I shared that piece. And when I got off the stage, like, people were like crying, and people were, it was like a really surreal type of feeling, because I always felt like we should always be responsible for our words and responsible for what we put out there. But my whole mission with doing the things that I do is kind of bridge the gap in understanding through for civilians and veterans. And I really feel with that piece, with that reaction that I received, that I did my job. And if I inspired like one person to make some type of change, or one person to pay attention to somebody in their lives, then that one piece is worth it. If it just affects that one person, it's worth it, because it can help change someone else's life.
That's great. And sometimes once you like, this is for me, this is how I feel, but to know that other people are feeling, or you were able to tap into their mindset and touch them and reach out to them, I know that had to be an amazing feeling.
Yeah, yes, it was indeed. And this project doesn't have my military pieces on there, but once again, it's going to help fund my military CD.
So you already given your information if you want to just reach out to him, or you want to purchase the CD, or just get more information about Warrior Writers. Go ahead and reach out to him. But we are actually going to have a poem written by Mike performed here in the studio, and we will do that when we come right back. Stay tuned.
When a warrior cries in the middle of the night and no one is around to hear him, does he make a sound? Who knew that a moment of silence could be so loud? Who knew that the darkest of loneliness could be found in a crowd of people who say that they care, yet too emotionally ill-equipped to handle with care the jagged edges of a warrior with no more missions, only crosses to bear? A warrior who cries out during nightmares, yet silent within the reality thrusted upon him without the proper tools to survive. The feelings are intrusive, like bullets trespassing through unsuspecting skin. Like sins of the father visited upon the son, and those footsteps in the darkness are catching up, you see. Warriors were never taught to run. We're taught to be oxymorons, walking dead. Sanity becomes a needless necessity when coming home labeled a hero against one's will. If a warrior kills for his country, then who do we hold accountable for the blood that is spilled? Just who do we hold accountable for the countless souls that we are commissioned to steal? Just who do we hold accountable for the countless tears crowded in the dark that spark aggression, imploding, self-loathing? The image leered upon with disdain through a toothpaste-stained mirror. You see, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, except for warriors labeled veterans through the eyes of we the people. So now I ask you, if a warrior loads his gun in the middle of the night and no one is around to hear, does he make a sound? When damaged to the point of no return, do we ignore the forest and let the fire burn under the logic that the fire will eventually burn itself out? Now insert warrior and take the word fire out. You see, there's a war going on. The battlefield is a place that we call home. It's beyond me how we have so many casualties and closets full of bone and flesh. Somewhere death feels like a warm bath and a phone call home. Where no warrior is left behind, we're only left alone in that empty abyss of thank you for your service. Left sitting in a waiting room to be put on pills, trying to convert to living life from kill or be killed. So I ask you, if a warrior shoots his gun in the middle of the night and no one is around to hear, when his body hits the floor, does it finally make a sound that the whole world will hear? 7,403 vets commit suicide each year. That's one hero every 65 minutes. If you close your eyes tight enough and listen, you just may hear it.
CHESTER, with Chester makes Chester, and we're going far. Coming together and using our voice to let you know change is a choice. It's a Chester flow. Can't buy, can't rent it. If you're rocking with your city, stand up.